Ladies and gentlemen, I had a dream. This is topical because it was recently Martin Luther King Jr. Day.
It was?
I had a dream that I was watching WrestleMania 30, and it was a glorious WrestleMania 30 because Brock Lesnar didn't end The Undertaker's WrestleMania streak. It was a glorious day, and the streak lived on. But it only lived so far until somebody else broke The Undertaker's WrestleMania streak. Welcome to the top 5 reasons why
Kane
should have ended this streak.
I decided to choose Kane.
The other brother of destruction.
He's already had 2 chances prior. We know, Triple H was... I think Triple H is the only person to have more than 2 chances. Mm-hmm. So, my first reason is, why not have, another person get a third shot, having it be the person who would, by all means, storyline-wise...
Is this your reason number 1?
Yes.
That you're already going to?
Yes.
Reason number 1.
Why not give another chance to, based on the storyline, would know Undertaker better than anyone. You've already got the storied rivalry of, the childhood that was ruined, the funeral parlor that burnt down, scarring Kane, the pallbearer bringing back Kane to fight the Undertaker. You already have this rich history, and you're going into a time, WrestleMania 30, where you've got a completely different version of Kane. You have the most human Kane you've ever had. So why not flip the script back when Undertaker was the badass Undertaker and Kane was blaming him for, you gave up your, being a monster, you're just a man now, blah, blah, blah. Have it be, Kane gets this, all of a sudden he gets the bug like, okay, I want my WrestleMania moment and I'm going to have it at the expense of my brother. And then you have Undertaker countering with, well, you're just a man now. What makes you think that you could face me in a place that I've been dominant for the past 20 years? So you kind of have a resurgence of a storyline they've already had, but it's flipped, where you've got corporate Kane taking on the streak, trying to be the one person, even though he's already tried a couple times, to finally put the nail in the coffin, no pun intended, of the Undertaker. Because that's always kind of been Kane's thing, is he's always wanted to be better than the Undertaker. So why not, with this newfound, he'd have the entire authority to work with also. So why not stack the decks against the Undertaker? And, the authority was all about, at this time, taking things away from people. So give Kane kind of an unfair advantage where you think, okay, the Undertaker's going to overcome all these obstacles, but then Kane uses it to his advantage.
Yeah. Well, and then it works because Triple H is in charge. Triple H is the authority, pretty much. He's not the whole group, but he's the authority. He's the guy in charge.
Yeah.
And
I thought if you combined Seth Rollins, Kane, Ginger Scary, and Stephanie, it turned into the Triple H sword.
Well, let's see. You take Steph's promo skills, Kane's in-ring ability, Joey Mercury's wrestling knowledge, Jamie Noble's toughness,
Seth
all on the Seth Rollins' nose,
all on the Big Show's body.
You get Triple H.
All right.
The authority's on.
But no, Triple H tried 3 times and failed.
Mm-hmm.
So it would make sense for him to be like, okay,
let's throw another authority guy out.
Yeah, I want someone to break the streak. Kane, do it.
Yeah. And Kane knows 2 times prior what didn't work.
Yeah.
So now he can apply.
Which is facing the Undertaker.
Well, yeah, essentially, yeah. But yeah, so you have not only the knowledge that Kane has.
Couldn't beat him when I had my mask. I couldn't beat him when I didn't have my mask.
Now
So I'm gonna put on that half mask.
I'm gonna beat him with a tie. It's high violence.
Anyway.
But yeah, so you have.
We're doing the why Justin Roberts should beat the streak?
That's next time.
Oh, okay.
That's my next pick. Spoiler alert. So you have the past knowledge that Kane has of the Undertaker as a person.
Yep.
You have the 3 attempts that Triple H had, and what kind of you've got.
I have a lot going.
Yeah,
into
it's a lot of personal knowledge that they can put together to help end the streak
Yeah.
and apply more power to the authority.
Yeah. So a very dense reason number 1.
Like sponge cake.
It's layered.
Like tiramisu.
Yeah.
Right. Who
wants to take reason number 2?
But yeah. So I volunteer as tribute.
Take a cast.
No, I volunteer to take the next reason because
Reason number 2.
what I was thinking is kind of intertwined with that. You talked about the rich history. And something that's overlooked about wrestlers, wrestling in general, matches in general, but also individual wrestlers, and I think it's the most overlooked when it comes to individual wrestlers, is every wrestler has their own story. Stories have beginning, middle, and end. Kane's story was one of redemption. It was one of torture, torment, redemption, hate, all these things because of his childhood. And it was about trying to defeat his brother. The best way to end Kane's story would have been for him to actually achieve that. And we could talk about how, the authority could have sent him out. And maybe they could have. Maybe Triple H could have been like, okay, Kane, take out your brother. And then Undertaker could have been like, how are you going to beat me? You're just a man. And, the mind games feeding into that. Leading up to the go-home show before WrestleMania, Taker's out, the authority's out, then Kane comes out, but Kane has the mask on. And, Undertaker has successfully reawakened the monster, and together they destroy the authority, making it just a one-on-one match, monster versus monster, to see who the better man truly is. And Kane finally overcoming his brother. I know he did that before, but being the one to finally overcome his brother at WrestleMania.
I like that.
So, to sum up, reason number 2, it's a good ending to the story of Kane. And a good ending to the story of The Undertaker because their stories have always been connected.
Mm-hmm. You know what? I'm going to stem off of that even more because my reason number 3 was as far as the personal relationship that these two have, obviously being brothers, the other connection that was always there through the other matches was Paul Bearer.
Fuck you guys.
This
both my reasons.
This would be the first year where neither of them had Paul Bearer in their corner. It is literally an even playing field at this point because, the first time it was, Paul Bearer's using Kane to destroy the Undertaker. Then the second time, Undertaker returns, and the first thing we get is that iconic, oh yes, and then Paul Bearer comes out, which no one expected.
Yeah.
And so then you had him on either side. This would be literally. They would be in control of themselves. They would not be following Paul Bearer. It would be literally their personal vendetta to win this match. It is their personal reason, and there's no, and other than using the authority idea, it would still, Kane has always wanted to overcome the Undertaker.
The authority in this scenario should actually have the urn up until that go-home show.
That's even better.
Where Taker and Kane beat the shit out of them, and then the urn's there during the match.
Urn on a pole match. But yeah, just the idea of not having Paul Bearer as Kane's getting really mad at us right now. Not having Paul Bearer as an entity there would be completely different from their first two encounters. And the fact that you'd have both of them working for their own personal gain or their own personal pride would be a completely different match setup than their previous two encounters.
Right. Now let's see if Kevin still has a reason. Kane, then.
Nothing, you guys got this.
Reason number 4. Cain Van Hawk.
So, something has always been consistent with Undertaker versus Kane rivalry.
Okay.
Now, you guys mentioned the evolution of Kane. Mask to no mask, back to the mask now. You mentioned Paul Bearer. Another thing that's always been consistent with their rivalries are the mystical powers
Yep.
that Kane and the Undertaker possess. I feel like...
Mystical powers on a pole match.
I mean, if you think about it, like, Undertaker has done all sorts of crazy stuff, blacking out arenas and bringing out, friggin' people in caskets who are already in the ring.
Made it rain inside the arena one time.
That's true. And Kane has the ability to shoot fire from the ring posts and to shoot ravioli out of ravioli cans on Chef Boyardee commercials.
And to
He's going to fill the urn with ravioli.
and to teleport to wherever Pete Rose is and chokeslam and or tombstone him.
Yeah. So, I definitely feel like what you will see if this storyline progresses, or if this storyline were to happen, I feel like it wouldn't just be a matter of Kane is going to get his mask back to, because unmasked Kane couldn't do it. And I definitely don't think corporate Kane would be able to do it unless he had a lot of help from the Authority. And I don't think I want to see the victory tainted that way. So I feel like going into WrestleMania, you're going to see a brand new evolution of both Undertaker and Kane into something more legendary than what they already are.
Yeah, I mean,
Ooh,
it would be like a clash of two gods.
Basically, Undertaker and Kane would both get completely new outfits.
The go-home show on Raw, Kane says, "This is even my final form."
Exactly.
Taker come out in a Macho Man jacket. Kane might be wearing some Ultimate Warrior tassels.
That could be legendary.
That and I don't think it would be fought under normal match circumstances.
Oh.
Because
Buried
I think
alive.
exactly
Fire.
buried alive on fire match.
You have to... It's an Inferno match where once you set your opponent on fire, you then have to bury them alive.
You have to put them out with dirt
Yeah.
as well. No, I think you're going to have one of two matches to end the feud. Buried alive or a casket match. Because you're going to have that moment of this person is done
Yeah.
and is not coming back. The casket match and buried alive match have been used by The Undertaker as ways of going away to come back as something new.
Yeah.
I think this would be Undertaker's way of going away and coming back at the Hall of Fame.
Oh,
And that being it.
I like it.
Alright.
Reason number 5, almost kind of in tune with what you were saying is, the match itself wouldn't be contested under normal rules, obviously, but something that we've noted, especially over the last couple of weeks, is the work ethic that Kane has. Kane, despite how long he's been with WWE,
Kane has wrestled more matches than any other wrestler.
he is
On Monday Night Raw.
He
Let me
is-
specify that.
he is
Legit? Sweet.
he is a workhorse for this company and has been since he debuted as Kane. And even before, even he was doing shitty gimmicks like Isaac Yankem and Fake Diesel, and he's been consistent.
Diesel's not a bad gimmick.
Fake Diesel is a bad gimmick.
But his gimmick wasn't Fake Diesel.
Yes, it was.
No, his gimmick was Diesel.
But he was Fake Diesel.
Right.
Anyway, despite whatever gimmick he's playing, he has always had that work ethic. And you take someone like Brock Lesnar, who had pretty much lost all of his wrestling prowess that he ever had, and didn't come through with a very end-worthy match that we wanted for The Undertaker. Kane, who consistently is able to put on good matches and is able to work with a number of people on the roster, would not only be able to have a solid ending to his story, or be able to show a completely new version of Kane, but he would be able to have just a perfect match that would make us feel, okay, this is a good place for the streak to end. Because we know that Kane takes his in-ring work seriously. He would make sure that match is absolutely perfect because he knows what's at stake.
Yep.
And not only that, but he would continue on after that match and continue to be strong in the ring.
Yeah.
He would be able to take that win and be a dominant monster like he's always been, and have something else that would fuel his ability to wrestle further.
Yep.
It just, we wouldn't have the sour taste in our mouths of, oh, that was the streak.
Sour taste that is Brock Lesnar.
Yeah. Brock Lesnar tastes bad.
I know how I want this match to end too.
Okay.
Going with Buried Alive and or Casket match, doesn't matter which. Similar to how Undertaker Edge Hell in a Cell ended.
Oh.
Have Kane choke slam Undertaker into the casket or the pit, and then have him do his little thing and fire shoot up, then zoom in the camera and have Taker be gone.
Ooh.
Which I'm sure they could rig up easily enough.
Oh, definitely. That's a good idea. I like that. And yeah, I mean, that you could do that for either of these matches.
Yeah.
Depending on what your whole... And it's WrestleMania, so you'd have some grandiose setup as far as the stage and all the different things you could use. You'd have all the bells and whistles for the match. So, I mean, yeah, it would feel right.
Yeah.
It's personal. It's a match that people would enjoy. It's a match.
Natural, baby.
It's. Any natural chocolate?
Oh yeah.
100% organic.
Hot chocolate.
I'd love to see. I'd love to see someone who isn't Brock Lesnar to end the streak. Someone like Kane would just make it that much more entertaining, that much more memorable, and actually make us give a shit.
Yep.
Which is kind of the overall theme of who should have ended the streak, because
I find Kane to be one of the few people who beating the streak would have been meaningful both career-wise and character story-wise.
Yeah.
Simultaneously. Not many people would have that. Most of the people in WWE nowadays, it would be a big career booster for them.
Right.
But there aren't very many people nowadays who it would be a good story booster for their character.
I think the only other one that comes to mind would be Bray Wyatt.
But yeah, kind of his character.
Yeah.
In retrospect,
but that's
is very much a new age Undertaker.
But that's in a passing of the torch way.
Yeah.
And not... Like, it's significant to Kane's character because how closely linked he's been to the Undertaker.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's some others throughout history who have been linked close enough to Taker where it would be significant for that reason, but no one who's still around.
Yeah. And significant, yes, but I like you said, I don't think it would be more significant for anyone other than Kane.
Yeah.
Simply because, like you said, their stories have been intertwined since the beginning of Kane.
It comes down to one simple element. There would be no Kane without The Undertaker.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
End of story.
And
if
that,
The Undertaker didn't exist, there would be no Kane to be there.
Yep. I mean, let's face it, the guy stole the first part of The Undertaker's name. Because he was originally Kane, The Undertaker.
That's true.
And then Kane debuted as Kane, and Undertaker was just The Undertaker.
wait, I'm missing something here.
When the Undertaker character first debuted, he was called Kane, The Undertaker.
Was he?
Yeah.
You're lying to me.
No.
How am I?
This is pre-Survivor Series, right?
Yeah.
When they were test running the Undertaker character.
Yeah.
I have never known this.
And when he was first introduced on the pay-per-view, I think it was Ted DiBiase who introduced him, forgot the Kane portion.
Really?
So they're like, well, it's a lot easier to just roll with what was said on TV than try and come up with something new.
Yeah. So that's
fucking awesome.
where they got the Kane name.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
I just learned something new. That's
You're welcome.
fucking cool. I'm gonna end it on that note.
You might want to watch out.
What?
This ending's going to get a little hot.
Uh-oh. Jesus. Okay, God.
That's it for this week.
Yeah, that's it for... Good Lord, okay,
Go on outside.
yeah, that's it for Streak Week. Thank you. No, thank you. Be sure to check out the other videos over in the check out the other videos. Like, favorite, subscribe, comment, post why you think Kane is a good choice or a bad choice to end the streak. Get in on the conversation. Check out our Facebook, and let's talk about wrestling. Let's talk about the streak. Who do you think should have ended the streak? Maybe one of your choices could be a future pick on a future episode of who should have ended the streak. But for now, check out the other videos. They're all over there.